Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna remind you all why you follow me and what I'm best at during crypto bull runs as a crypto investor. Just 2 days ago, I told all of you to follow me on OnlyFans and subscribe to get a crypto that I thought was about to explode. I recommended VeChain back in the day in my Udemy course a couple years ago at half a penny. And since then it went as high as 25 cents. I did take some profits out in VeChain the last cycle near the top for around a 50x gain. But this time around, I reinvested some money in VeChain, and it's currently up 9x since that initial entry point. I gave a bull run warning to the OnlyFans community at 3 cents, and literally 2 days later, we're up 50%. And I think this baby is still gonna roar this next cycle. Altcoin season is coming. And I'd highly recommend every single one of you to subscribe to my OnlyFans to continue to make more gains, as it actually costs you money to not be subscribed because you miss out on opportunities like this. And in my most recent video posted on there, I give you all a hidden gem that I believe will absolutely explode this cycle and has extremely long and has some close ties to Ripple. If you're interested in subscribing, that's onlyfans.com/thebearablebull. And every single one of you that don't will be regretting it when I post the results, similar to how VeChain's already up. Many others will be as well. Currently at 4.5 cents, I've taken 20% of my VeChain position out for a nice 10x return. And I'm riding this baby out for higher levels. Now, onto the content for the day, as we have a lot to discuss. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to discuss with every single one of you how the narratives we've been following over the past couple years are all being laid out for the perfect XRP moment. I remember all of last year, in March and in November specifically, I was showing you how quantum updates were being made to ISO 20022, and in 2024, interoperability and the prioritization of standardization to enhance cross-border transactions will occur by leveraging ISO 20022 data and also AI. The convergence of all this new technology happening all at once is going to make the financial system more stable, more sturdy. It'll allow them to continue to inflate the currency, inflate money, make everything digital and traceable, all at the same time when they need it the most. The agenda is happening whether you all believe it or not. And I want you all to listen to Finextra, as they've been reporting on this and letting you know the breakdown of what's going to occur. Ladies and gentlemen, ISO and XRP are working hand in hand together, in my personal opinion. And 2024 is the year of cross-border payments.
With a real focus of opening access to as many participants as possible to drive innovation and competition, but also interoperability. But continuing, which is very important in our mind, is safety and security, resilience, and also scalability, because we're seeing transaction volumes grow, and being able to keep up with that capability is very important. We will see that in enhancing our cross-border interoperability to make it seamless transactions to customers so they can see predictability will be a very big key one. Opening our systems, which I just briefly mentioned, around bringing in as many participants as we possibly can, reducing those barriers of entry, and then overlay services, really using the ISO 20022 data, and also looking at how we can use AI and the advancements of AI to help that. Navigating those priorities during 2024 will be critical.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to remind every single one of you of how just the other day I posted a video with the IMF showing migrants needing to send money cross borders back to their homes. When they work at certain countries, like the United States, for example, we are currently seeing an influx of migrants into cities like New York and in California. This is something you need to take note of, as this is going to be a narrative used and a reason why people are going to need to adopt this. They need to send money back home and the fees are too high. And at the top of the agenda, as stated by the IMF, is cross-border payments. This was just a couple weeks before 2024 started. And I believe the use case for XRP is going to be on center stage this year. Meaning, I think some important price action is going to be in store for us as well. The foundation has been laid, and the global rollout is about to take place.
All right, well, thank you very much for bringing us up to date. You've highlighted some significant developments there. And cross-border interoperability, I know that's one of your hot topics and one we discussed in the past, EVA Day. Yes. So let's talk more on that then. What's changed since we last spoke to you about that?
So since EBA Day, we spoke a lot about the challenges, the legal frameworks, the technical standards, governance that needs to be across those, plus some of the technical capability that's required. We've seen bilateral agreements between Singapore and Malaysia come out to the industry, also with Hong Kong and Thailand. But the real focus with interoperability across cross-border payments will be really standardizing those legal frameworks, the capability that we bring to the market from a MasterCard perspective, because we operate in those spaces around the technical, operational procedures that you would need, but also giving the transparency and predictability of cross-border transactions. So to the customer on the street, it's seamless. We've aligned ourselves to the G20 roadmap, and we continue to focus on MasterCard with the 13 markets that we operate in today. We think we can really help set those legal frameworks, move towards standardizing that cross-border capability and making the customer on the street have a seamless cross-border transaction.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the time people realize how quick and seamless the new financial system is, your opportunity to make money will have left you. This is the problem. All of you need the proof and the evidence that XRP is going to take over, when it's been staring you in the face all this time. They've been screaming at the top of their lungs and saying the quiet parts out loud. These people aren't going to tell you that XRP is going to revolutionize the financial system. You have to read between the lines and see XRP is one of the best options for this. That's why I'm balls deep in it. And that's why I continue to come out here every single day and tell you we are correct.
We're also looking at it from a directory perspective as well. The capability to allow directories to talk to each other that would not normally be able to speak to each other. That is a great capability that we're seeing lots of demand in the industry about, because that is a common problem to every customer on the street.
Sure. So you've highlighted the priorities there. I'm assuming they're just as important to tackle as each other. What's your forecast there?
So, look, my forecast is interoperability will be the key. Standardizing how scheme operators and payment systems talk to each other will be the key opportunity in 2024. I also see that if we bring in the other two priorities that we were just talking about, you'll start to see that overlay services and the value-added services will become very key in driving down fraud and providing data to operators, customers to be able to stop illicit transactions, stop account takeovers. If we just talk about open access really quickly, one of the things is it's really costly and complex to be part of a real-time payment system. Bringing down those barriers, opening up to participants, to a number of different types of participants, not just bank entities, gives more competition and it drives innovation. We're starved of innovation in the industry around what we can bring to the customer on the street, that it just streamlines those payments.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I've reminded all of you time and time again, March 2023, ISO 20022 became the standard for cross-border payments and cash reporting. This is important because the standardization of all these messages needs to take place before any interoperability can take place. But as you heard, the interoperability is necessary. XRP is necessary, is all I hear. And I think 2024 is the year we see XRP begin to get adopted, begin to see the price grow, and begin to see some cross-border payment action.
Those payments.
All right, thank you, Paul. And you've touched on what MasterCard are working on a bit already, but I'm interested to hear what you're going to be working on going into 2024.
So just touching back on the three priorities, our major focus will be interoperability from a cross-border transaction perspective, really focusing on our capability in the real-time payments area from the 13 markets we work in today to bring real-life understanding of how domestic schemes are working and bringing that seamless capability in cross-border transactions by helping with standards, rules and governance. We will also see that factoring into that interoperability, we will start to see that we need to have open access to allow these transactions to be able to be driving innovation, to reduce fraud, and using the ISO 20022 data, again, to drive that piece down. But also, with the further advancements of AI, we should see that helping us be able to drive even more capability across our platforms. And the last piece I will really talk about is the overlay services. And we just talked about it from the perspective of open access, but if I just talk about it from a fraudulent perspective, MasterCard continues to evolve in this space and continues to drive towards reducing the fraudulent capabilities that are out there and reducing that fraudulent transactions and to, at the end, benefiting our customers and the customer on the street. But also we would try to drive towards a continuous using of data to be able to provide more and more information to the scheme operators to be able to provide seamless transactions. Fantastic. That's what you could expect.
In other words, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I can expect. And this is what I'm going to tell all of you to expect. 2024 will be the beginning stages of the crypto bull run, as we've all been seeing with Bitcoin bypassing 52K. I remember having discussed the possibility of a pullback in February, but right now things may be changing. So all I'm going to do is tell all of you to embrace the market for what it gives. We should have been dollar cost averaging throughout the bear market. And if you're new, just coming in now, there are still some hyper suppressed altcoins that I would highly recommend, XRP included, of course. But some other highly suppressed altcoins that have the ROI still left in the tank. VeChain is up 60% in just 2 days. But there are other opportunities I'm discussing with my OnlyFans community that you could find at onlyfans.com/thebearablebull. And the reason I don't talk about these things on YouTube is because some of these cryptos are too dangerous to be mentioned publicly. I have made mistakes in previous bull market cycles and some cryptos have gone away. That is why I don't present it for free on YouTube. However, I do believe most of what I talk about will succeed in 2024 and beyond. And I think we're still so early that I highly recommend you all listen. We are ready for altcoin season. There are immaculate entry points still out there. Massive ROI in the crypto space is inevitable. 2024 is the year you will become multimillionaires if you're here listening right now and preparing the right coins. And if you have the right mentors in place in this market, you may succeed more than you can imagine. I'm one of those individuals that have been in the crypto market since 2016, 8 years of experience, and I plan to make this the cherry on top of my crypto career. Guys, if you want to know where I put all my VeChain profits that I just got a 9x in, that coin that I'm putting those profits into will be on OnlyFans, so please subscribe. But for every single one of you watching publicly on YouTube, I have a very, very special XRP video that I'm posting later tonight that's gonna blow you all away and take away any doubt that you may have about our token. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Hot tips will ruin you. If you want to be a successful investor, be boring. Please get some experience and please focus on what you already know. Don't listen to hot tips. We're all going to be down at the bar on Saturday. And I promise you, at least 10 people are going to come over and say, you know, let me tell you about this company. Let me tell you about this stock. It is going to go through the roof. It is the best thing since sliced bread. You should buy this stock. And if you don't listen to him, don't worry. Someone else will come over and give you a hot tip. Please ignore them. It is not a good sign when you go to the dentist and the receptionist wants to talk to you about stocks. Don't get excited when everybody's excited. And please, if everybody's depressed, you should get excited. Emotions usually do not help when you're trying to make investment decisions. We're all human beings and we all have emotions, which can be a negative. Being cold-blooded and heartless can be useful if you are going to be a successful investor. Everybody should learn to only invest in what you yourself know a lot about. Don't listen to other people. Don't listen to hot tips. I mean, everybody watching this knows a lot about something. Fashion, sports, cars, something. And that's where you should focus. If I told you you only had 25 investments in your lifetime, you would be careful. You wouldn't jump in and out. Every time you heard a hot story, you wouldn't invest. You would be very careful and you would be successful. I know everybody thinks this is easy. It's never been easy for me. So please focus, concentrate, be disciplined, and wait until you find a good opportunity yourself. People will say, oh, that's boring. Be boring. If you want to be a successful investor, be boring. Diversification is not going to make you rich. Diversification is something that brokers came up with to protect themselves. So they won't sue you. And if they sue you, they won't win because you're diversified. If you want to get rich, you focus. You put all of your eggs in one basket. You better be sure it's the right basket. And you better watch that basket very, very closely. But that's how you get rich. Henry Ford didn't diversify. Thomas Watson didn't diversify. These guys put all their eggs in the right basket and got very rich. The problem with success is you think you know what you're doing, you think you're smart, you get cocky, you get arrogant. I learn more from my mistakes than I do from my successes.